Hello. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about this activity that we are going to do this week in biology. I'm not sure if it'll take us one class period or two, but we'll check it out and see what you guys need. So the very first thing that I'm hoping that everyone did, and if not, that's your very first task, is to get your cancer video up in our presentation slides. So you have two options. You have period 1 if you're in period 1, or period 2 if you're in period 2. And you should insert a slide, and in the slide should be a video of you discussing all of the things that were on the instruction sheet and also the rubric. A couple of you contacted me and were having a little tech difficulties, and that was fine, and I thank you for reaching out and talking to me about that. But for those of you that didn't, one Google slide with a little bit of information, you definitely need to go back and read the instructions and see what you needed to add there. So make sure that's finished. So the next thing that's going to be up in Google Classroom for you is this choice board. And this is something that I borrowed the idea from Ms. Hagen. So if you have her next quarter, it could be similar to something that you're doing. So the first thing you want to do when you open it, of course, you want to make your own copy. Once you make a copy, you'll be able to add, edit, put different slides in, or at least put content in or links into it that I'll be checking out. So first things first, make a copy of it. So the directions read that you have 3 different color rows that you're going to be looking at, and each color row you have some choices, or you have to fill it all out. So the blue row is kind of your background knowledge. This is something where you have to do all 3 activities in that row. The green row, you get to pick your own choice, which 2 you'd like to do. And the orange row, also again, you get to pick which 2 you would like to do. So we've talked a little bit about meiosis, and we've talked about all of the different steps of mitosis and how the 2 are a bit similar and different. But this is really diving into the curriculum and really diving into the content so that you fully understand what's going on. So you're going to first start with what do you already know. So without looking, without researching, Googling, type in some bullet points here of what you already know. What do you want to know? So this might not be something like, oh my gosh, I want to know because I'm so passionate. It might be, but it might not. And this might be something like, okay, I still don't understand. How is this different than mitosis? You know, what is up with all this vocab? Why do all these words sound similar? So this is kind of like, what do you want to know in order to succeed on this? And also it is actually really interesting. I'm finding that this content is really fun and helping, you figure out, why you are the way that you are. And then when you're done, you'll type in here a couple bullet points of what you learned about meiosis. So here is the lovely choice board. Again, in blue, you're completing everything in this row. So it's kind of like a tic-tac-toe board. You're completing all of these. Once you complete it, you take this little cloud and you move it over the ones that you complete. Because again, for the green row, you have 2 choices. Sorry, you have to make sure there's a little arrows. And for the orange row, you also have 2 choices. Okay, so all together you should have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these done. So if you put it in presenting mode, or even if not, it might be easier to not put it in presenting mode because there's different things off to the side actually, so don't do that. It will take you to each different slide so that you can see what you're supposed to do on each slide. So we have some meiosis notes, meiosis basics. This is kind of sliding different vocab words next to or in order of the same, the word and the definition. Sorry, it's late. I'm figuring this out for you guys right now. Just got wind that some of you will not be with us. there is a virtual lab. This is really cool. I got this from Mr. Kumpel. And this is our code. So you go to explorelearning.com. You can highlight it, copy, paste it in. It asks for you to create a login possibly. It's free, sign up for free. And then this is our class code, okay? It'll ask you to write down your username and password. Just save it in this slideshow. It's your own private slideshow. You're not showing anyone else. And there is a fun little lab in there, and then and you can answer questions right in there, and I can see them come up. We have mitosis versus meiosis. It's a little chart here, Google Doc. Again, you might have to make copies of things. You should definitely have access to all of this if I did it correctly. Here are the cancer projects. So you're going to jump into period 1 or period 2, watch 4 videos, and then post comments on the 4. And then you're going to copy and paste your comments right onto this slide. So if you were to do a Google Doc, then you save it, and you can go to insert. If you have a text box, take a text box, insert link, and then you can put your doc right in here. Sorry, I'm really slow. Sketch notes, again, place an image here or a doc here, read all the directions, complete what it says on the slide. A mind map, again, you click on it, you make a copy of it, then you put your mind map on this slide. Also, Mr. Kumpel does a nice visual notes here when he is summarizing independent assortment. So explain what he's doing. With the playing cards, what is he representing with this model? Explain something new that you learned. What do you still want to know about it? And then Mutation Station here is a link to a really neat website that shows all of these different mutations that can happen to your DNA. So check it out, and then you answer the questions right on here. So again, you're doing 3 blue, 2 green, 2 orange. And then you will take all of this and this link, and you will post it in Google Classroom when you are complete. So good luck. I hope that you enjoy it and enjoy having some choice in this. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.